Guan Yu. Revered by Confucianism as an imperial lord, by Buddhism as a Dharma protector, and by Taoism as a heavenly god, is a legendary figure in Chinese history. However, the real historical Guan Yu was not as flawless as later myths and stories would suggest. For instance, the famous tales of him warming wine while slaying Huaxiong and passing through 5 gates and killing 6 generals are not historically accurate. While the battle against Yanliang is true, the execution of Enchou is fictional, and the weapon he used was not the green dragon crescent blade as popularly depicted. Despite these embellishments, Guan Yu's loyalty and valor, including instances like scraping his bone to treat poison, defeating Pang De, capturing Yujing, and almost forcing Cao Cao to relocate his capital, are enough to solidify his legendary status in Chinese history. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more great videos on Chinese history and culture. Hit the bell icon to turn on notifications, ensuring you don't miss any new videos. Originally named Changsheng and later known as Yuncheng, Guan Yu was from what is today Yuncheng City, Salt Lake District in Shaanxi Province. He earned the nickname Meirangong, Lord of the Magnificent Beard. In his early years, due to troubles in his hometown, he fled to Zhuo County in Youzhou. In 184 AD, during the outbreak of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, Liu Bei organized a volunteer army in Zhuo County to fight against the rebels, thus forming his first military unit. Guan Yu, having drifted to Zhuo County, joined Liu Bei forces along with Zhang Fei. Guan Yu followed Liu Bei through various regions, engaging in battles against the Yellow Turban rebels. Contrary to popular belief, the famous tale of the Oath of the Peach Garden, involving Guan Yu, Liu Bei, and Zhang Fei, did not actually occur in history. However, according to the records of the 3 kingdoms, the bond between Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei was very strong, akin to that of brothers. They were known for their close relationship, often sleeping in the same place. When Liu Bei became the prefect of Pingyuan, Guan Yu and Zhang Fei helped him manage his troops, serving as his subordinates. They were also known for their unwavering loyalty and protection of Liu Bei in public appearances. In 194 AD, Cao Cao, angered by the killing of his father, Cao Song, launched an attack on Su province, governed by Tao Qian. Tao Qian sought help from Liu Bei, who, along with Guan Yu, led over 1,000 men to provide assistance. After Cao Cao withdrew his forces, Tao Qian appointed Liu Bei as the inspector of Yuzhou, allowing Guan Yu to establish a base with Liu Bei at Xiaopei. By 196 AD, Liu Bei lost control of Su province due to attacks from Yuan Shu and Lü Bu, leading Guan Yu and Liu Bei to seek refuge with Cao Cao. Later, during a hunting excursion with Cao Cao, Guan Yu suggested to Liu Bei that they should assassinate Cao Cao. However, Liu Bei, believing that Cao Cao was committed to restoring the Han dynasty, deemed it inappropriate to kill him and decided against it. In 198 AD, with Cao Cao's assistance, Liu Bei, alongside Cao Cao, captured Lü Bu at Xiapi, reclaiming Su province. However, this time, Su province fell under Cao Cao's control, and Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei had to follow Cao Cao back to Xuchang, where Cao Cao appointed Zhuzhou as the inspector of Su province. Later, when Yuan Shu headed north to join Yuan Shao, Liu Bei, on Cao Cao's orders, intercepted Yuan Shu in Su province. Seizing the opportunity, Liu Bei killed Che Zhou, placing Guan Yu in charge of Xiapi and appointing him as the acting inspector of Su province, while Liu Bei returned to Xiaopei. In 200 AD, Cao Cao sent Liu Dai and Wang Zhong to attack Liu Bei but was defeated. Cao Cao then personally led a large army against Liu Bei. Outnumbered, Liu Bei fled to join Yuan Shao, while Guan Yu, defeated, was captured by Cao Cao and reluctantly surrendered. Cao Cao, admiring Guan Yu's bravery and loyalty, treated him well and appointed him as a general of the van. Although grateful to Cao Cao, Guan Yu refused to betray his oath to Liu Bei and declined Cao Cao's offers. To repay Cao Cao's kindness, Guan Yu agreed to achieve a military accomplishment for Cao Cao before leaving. During this time, Yuan Shao General Yanliang attacked Beima, and Cao Cao sent Zhang Liao and Guan Yu to confront him. Guan Yu charged at Yanliang and killed him, bringing back his head. This victory at Beima earned Guan Yu the title of Marquis of Hanzhou village from Cao Cao. However, Guan Yu returned all gifts from Cao Cao and left to rejoin Liu Bei, an event later romanticized as riding alone for thousands of miles. The tales of passing through 5 passes and slaying 6 generals, and the killing of Wen Chou by Guan Yu, are not historically recorded. In 208 AD, Liu Bei took refuge with Liu Biao, stationing his troops at Xinyan. After recruiting Zhuge Liang, Liu Bei increasingly valued his advice, which initially caused dissatisfaction in Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. However, after persuasion by Liu Bei, Guan Yu reluctantly accepted the young strategist. In 208 AD, as Cao Cao led a massive army southward, Liu Bei led the people to flee south. Meanwhile, Guan Yu navigated hundreds of boats towards Jiangling to meet with Liu Bei. However, Liu Bei was caught up by Cao Cao forces en route. Fortunately, Guan Yu arrived timely at Hanjin, enabling Liu Bei to join him on the boat to Xiakou. After the combined forces of Liu Bei and Sun Quan defeated Cao Cao at the Battle of Red Cliffs, Guan Yu blocked the northern passage to Jiangling and joined Zhou Yu in attacking Cao Ren. Subsequently, Liu Bei conquered the southern part of Jingzhou, and Guan Yu, recognized for his contributions, was appointed as the governor of Xiangyang and general who quells the invaders, during which he also reconstructed Jiangling City. In 211 AD, Liu Bei entered Shu to assist Liu Zhang against Zhang Lu, leaving Guan Yu and Zhuge Liang to defend Jingzhou. After a fallout with Liu Zhang and during the attack on Luoqing, military strategist Pang Tong was killed by an arrow. Liu Bei urgently called Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, and Zhuge Liang for reinforcements in Shu. Guan Yu, left alone to defend Jingzhou, was later entrusted with governing the region after Liu Bei's conquest of Shu. Upon learning of Ma Chao's surrender to Liu Bei, Guan Yu wrote to Zhuge Liang, inquiring about Ma Chao's capabilities. Knowing Guan Yu's pride, Zhuge Liang rated Ma Chao akin to Peng Yue, comparable to Zhang Fei but not as extraordinary as Guan Yu. Pleased with Zhuge Liang's reply, Guan Yu shared the letter with his guests and staff. In 215 AD, Sun Quan, aware of Liu Bei's control over Yizhou, present-day Sichuan, wanted to reclaim Jingzhou. Liu Bei responded that he would return Jingzhou upon acquiring Liangzhou, which angered Sun Quan. Sun Quan sent Lu Su to demand Jingzhou. The generals from both sides argued but parted unhappily. Sun Quan instructed Yumeng to prepare for an attack on southern Jingzhou, and Lu Su led over 10,000 troops to constrain Guan Yu at Yiyang, while Liu Bei returned from Yizhou with reinforcements. Guan Yu, claiming to have 30,000 troops, selected 5,000 elite soldiers to cross the river upstream. Sun Quan, General Gan Ning led 1,000 men to defend the position. Knowing this, Guan Yu did not cross the river and encamped on the opposite bank, later known as Guan Yu Ford. In the meantime, Cao launched an attack on Zhang Lu in Hanzhong. Liu Bei, weighing the pros and cons, quickly reconciled with Sun Quan, agreeing to divide Jingzhou, marking the famous Xiang River boundary in the history of the Three Kingdoms. After Lu Su's death, Yumeng took over his position at Lukou. On the surface, Yumeng was extremely courteous and generous to Guan Yu, but secretly, he constantly thought about how to defeat Guan Yu. The death of Lu Su also laid the groundwork for the future crisis in relations between Wu and Shu. In 219 AD, the Battle of Hanzhong erupted between Liu Bei and Cao Cao. Cao Cao general Xiahou Yuan was slain by Liu Bei general Huang Zhong, forcing Cao Cao to retreat from Hanzhong. After proclaiming himself the king of Hanzhong, Liu Bei appointed Guan Yu as the general of the front, Zhang Fei as the general of the right, Ma Chao as the general of the left, and Huang Zhong as the general of the rear. When Guan Yu learned that he held the same rank as Huang Zhong, he was enraged, declaring that a great man should not be ranked alongside an old soldier, and initially refused the appointment. Fei Shi persuaded Guan Yu, highlighting the varying roles of Liu Bei's associates and assuring him of his unique status in Liu Bei's heart. Realizing the wisdom in Fei Shi's words, Guan Yu accepted the appointment, but his pride would ultimately come at a cost. During this period, Sun Quan attacked Hefei. With Cao Wei main forces stationed in Huainan, Yangzhou Governor Wen Hui warned Yanzhou Governor Pei Qian about potential threats, especially given Cao Ren's isolated position without long-term preparations and Guan Yu's cunning strength. Indeed, Guan Yu soon ordered Nanjun Governor Mifang to defend Jiangling and General Shi Ren to hold Gong'an, while he himself led an attack on Cao Ren in Fancheng. Cao Cao dispatched General Yu Jing with 7 armies to relieve Fancheng. Guan Yu, engaged in battle with General Pang De, who shot an arrow that struck Guan Yu's forehead. Often riding a white horse, was feared by Guan Yu troops as the White Horse General. In August, heavy rains for over 10 days caused the Han River to overflow. Guan Yu breached the river embankment, flooding Yu Jing's army, which was stationed on flat ground and submerged by the flood. The 7 armies were overwhelmed, and Yu Jing and his generals could only watch helplessly as Guan Yu attacked with boats, leading to Yu Jing's surrender, much to Cao Cao's astonishment. Taking advantage of the situation, Guan Yu attacked Pang De's army by boat, leading to a significant portion of Pang De's troops surrendering to Guan Yu. Outnumbered, Pang De was captured by Guan Yu. Considering Pang De's brother's position in Shuhan Hanzhong, Guan Yu attempted to persuade Pang De to surrender. However, Pang De adamantly refused and was executed by Guan Yu. Following these victories, Guan Yu launched a fierce attack on Fancheng. The city's walls collapsed due to flooding, and Cao Ren's defending army, already diminished from repeated defeats, was reduced to a few thousand. Fancheng was heavily besieged, running low on food, and the soldiers were fraught with fear. Cao Ren, persuaded by Manchong, vowed with his soldiers to defend the city to the death. Guan Yu also had General Liu Chang besieged in Xiangyang. The Jingzhou inspector Hu Xiu and the southern township prefect Fu Fang surrendered to Guan Yu. At one point, Guan Yu's momentum was so great that it shook the whole of China. At the end of 219 AD, Cao Cao, concerned about Han Emperor Xian in Su and Guan Yu's army's proximity, considered relocating the capital to avoid direct confrontation. However, Sima Yi and others dissuaded him, suggesting that Sun Quan would not want to see Guan Yu succeed and could be enticed to attack Guan Yu from behind in exchange for territory in the south. Meanwhile, Cao sent Xu Huang and Zhao Yan to reinforce Fancheng and prepared to personally campaign against Guan Yu. Xu Huang, realizing his insufficient forces to counter Guan Yu, struggled initially. Later, Cao sent reinforcements, including Xu Shang, Lu Jian, Ying Shu, and Zhu Gai. Guan Yu had forces stationed at Huitu and Xizhong. Xu Huang feigned an attack on Huitu but secretly targeted Xizhong. When Guan Yu realized the threat to Xizhong, he led 5,000 infantry and cavalry to battle. Xu Huang engaged him, and Guan Yu eventually retreated. Guan Yu camp at Fancheng had 10 layers of entrenchments. Xu Huang pursued Guan Yu, both entering the encirclement around Fancheng, which was eventually broken. Fu Fang and Hu Xiu were killed, and Guan Yu had to lift the siege and retreat. His ships still held control of the Mian River, cutting off access to Xiangyang. Sun Quan, under the command of Lu Meng, stealthily attacked Jingzhou and personally led reinforcements. Guan Yu, known for treating soldiers well but being arrogant towards officials, faced resentment from key commanders like Mi Fang, who surrendered without a fight due to Guan Yu's dismissive attitude. Upon learning of the loss of Nanjun, Guan Yu immediately retreated southward. During his retreat, Guan Yu repeatedly sent messengers to Lu Meng, who treated them hospitably, allowing them to tour the city and express condolences to the families of Guan Yu's subordinates. This led to demoralization among Guan Yu troops, who gradually disintegrated, retreating to Maicheng. In December of the same year, Guan Yu, with only a few dozen cavalry, fled but was ambushed near Linju, modern-day Nanjing County, Hubei, by Ma Zhong, a subordinate of Pan Zhang. Guan Yu and his son Guan Ping were captured and executed there. Sun Quan sent Guan Yu head to Cao Cao, who buried it with honors befitting a vassal lord in Luoyang. Sun Quan also buried Guan Yu's body with similar honors in Dangyang, known as the tomb of the king of Dangyang. Meanwhile, Liu Bei built a ceremonial tomb for Guan Yu in Chengdu, known as Guan Yu Tomb, and posthumously titled him as Marquis Zhuangmiao. In 263 AD, Ang De's son, Pang Hui, accompanying Zhong Hui in the conquest of Shu Han, executed the entire family of Guan Yu after Shu Han's fall. Although the historical Guan Yu did not have as many legendary feats as in folklore, his reputation for loyalty and valor as a martial saint is undeniable. Emperors from various dynasties also revere Guan Yu as an embodiment of loyalty and patriotism, setting an example for educating soldiers and instilling nationalistic sentiments. Thank you all for watching our in-depth exploration of Guan Yu in history today. The line between the legend and historical facts of Guan Yu always fascinates. His loyalty and bravery, whether real or mythological, have become immortal symbols in Chinese culture. But what do you think? Which parts of Guan Yu's story do you believe are true, and which might have been exaggerated over time? Please share your thoughts in the comments section and join us in discussing the boundaries between history and myth. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more great videos on Chinese history and culture. Hit the bell icon to turn on notifications, ensuring you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next video as we unravel another historical mystery.